Have you ever noticed that almost every commercial airplane in the world is painted white? It doesn't matter whether you're flying in the United States, Europe, the Middle East, or Asia, because wherever you go, you'll see the same thing. Most passenger aircraft are white, and that isn't a coincidence. In fact, behind this simple color lies a fascinating story of science, engineering, safety, and billions of dollars in aviation economics. Now imagine for a moment that every airplane in the world was painted black instead of white. At first, it might not seem like a big deal, but that single change would create several unexpected challenges. Aircraft would absorb much more heat from the sun. Maintenance would become more difficult. Operating costs could increase, and airlines would face problems that most passengers never even think about. In aviation, nothing is chosen by chance. Every design decision has a purpose, and even the color of an airplane is the result of decades of research, testing, and real-world experience. Engineers don't choose white because it looks elegant. They choose it because it solves multiple problems at the same time. The first reason is surprisingly simple. Commercial airplanes spend thousands of hours under direct sunlight, whether they are flying at high altitude, waiting on the runway, or parked at the airport. They are constantly exposed to the sun's powerful rays. Dark colors absorb much more heat, causing the outer surface of the aircraft to become significantly hotter. White paint works differently because it reflects a large portion of the sunlight back into the atmosphere instead of absorbing it. Keeping the aircraft cooler helps reduce heat, stress on the airplane's outer skin, and protects the paint from fading too quickly. This also makes maintenance more efficient and helps preserve the aircraft over many years of operation. But heat management is only the beginning, because the next reason white paint is so important has a direct connection to something far more critical: the safety of every single flight. Keeping an airplane cool is important, but the real surprise comes when we look at maintenance and safety. Every commercial aircraft undergoes regular inspections throughout its life, and engineers carefully examine the surface for tiny cracks, corrosion, fluid leaks, and other signs of damage. These small details might seem insignificant, but finding them early can prevent much larger problems in the future. This is where white paint becomes incredibly useful. On a white surface, oil stains, cracks, corrosion marks, and other abnormalities are much easier to spot. Engineers can identify potential issues faster and more accurately, making inspections more efficient and helping airlines maintain the highest safety standards possible. A darker aircraft might look impressive, but it can make certain signs of wear harder to detect. White paint also performs better over time. Many darker colors fade more quickly when exposed to constant sunlight, while white remains cleaner and more consistent for longer periods. That means airlines spend less time and money dealing with cosmetic wear and repainting. But there's another reason that has nothing to do with science or safety. It has everything to do with business. Commercial airplanes are expensive assets, and throughout their lifetime, many aircraft are sold, leased, or transferred between different airlines. When that happens, the new operator often wants to apply its own branding and design. A mostly white airplane is much easier and more cost-effective to repaint than an aircraft covered in darker colors or complex graphics. This flexibility is one of the reasons aircraft leasing companies often prefer white paint schemes. A neutral white aircraft can be adapted for different airlines around the world with minimal effort, saving both time and money. So, the next time you look up and see a white airplane crossing the sky, remember that its color was not chosen simply because it looks good. That white paint reflects heat, helps engineers detect problems, reduces long-term maintenance challenges, supports operational efficiency, and even makes business decisions easier for airlines around the world. Sometimes, the most ordinary things hide the most extraordinary stories, and the color of an airplane is a perfect example. What looks like a simple design choice is actually the result of decades of engineering knowledge, safety requirements, and practical thinking. And that's why, even in a world full of colors, the aviation industry continues to trust white above all others.